Hey, what's going on, Black people? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. As you know, yesterday I spoke for a long time and pretty passionately about what was going on with the social media giants, Instagram and Facebook, and all them seeking to blame Minister Louis Farrakhan for the recent attack on the Capitol. Somehow connecting this idea that if this person who commits a crime is a fan of Farrakhan's, that means Farrakhan did it, which is the craziest thing in the world. It's really fascinating to me when the most violent people in the country claim that a non-violent man is the most violent person in America. It doesn't make any sense. And so give me a yes or no if you heard yesterday or heard anything about this. But there was an account that was sort of an account, I think it was called Farrakhan Speaks, and it was banned from Instagram. And Farrakhan has already been banned as well, because basically for some reason they're concluding that he's dangerous and all these other things, which is really fascinating because I know, I think just yesterday or the day before, there was a guy that shot a couple of police officers. It was a terrible, terrible incident, and I wonder if he voted for the Democrats. If somebody commits a crime and he voted for Joe Biden and he was a big liberal, would that mean that the Democrats are the most dangerous people in America? That the Democrats are killers? No, it means that that person was a killer, and the Democratic Party wouldn't have anything to do with that. Well, Louis Farrakhan has never told anybody to hurt anybody. He's never gone out, and you haven't seen him say anything to say, "Oh, we'll go out and take out cops." We know this, right? We know this is nonsense. So the Nation of Islam released a statement, and I got the statement off of my brother Wesley Muhammad. Dr. Wesley Muhammad put the statement on his Instagram. Everybody should follow Dr. Wesley Muhammad. If you're not following Wesley Muhammad, Ben X, Vicky Dillard, and others, please do. Make sure you follow them because these are individuals that I look up to. These are people that I love and respect. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, share button, subscribe button. Also, please follow this platform because I told you guys from the very beginning, I know that they're starting to ban people who are supporters of Farrakhan, but this is one Farrakhan supporter who ain't never going away. So let me read some of this to you. I don't have a lot of time, but this was important, so I want to take time for this. This to me is as important as any kind of national press release from the president of the United States. I think Farrakhan is that significant. Give me a yes in the chat to make sure you can hear me. I'm reading on a different screen now. It says, brothers and sisters of the Black community, members of the press, and the American people, we have prepared the statement to answer some of the many inquiries that we've had over the last few days about Mr. Noah Green. Naturally, we, like most of you, were disturbed watching the news of an assault on the U.S. Capitol, where one police officer was killed, one was injured, and Mr. Green was killed. We speak on behalf of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the members of his family, and all of the registered Muslim members of the Nation of Islam, and all good people everywhere, in that we are in sympathy with the victims of this tragedy, and we are in sympathy with the families of these victims. And we, like you, can only offer them condolences and our deepest sympathy for their loss. Our prayers are for the full recovery of the officer who was injured. The Nation of Islam has no history of violence against the government. Federal, state, and local law enforcement are all well aware of our history. We have held 4 national marches, including the historic 1995 Million Man March, which we now know to be one of the largest gatherings in the history of the United States of America and the most peaceful of the U.S. on the U.S. Capitol grounds. We had a good working relationship with the U.S. Capitol Police before each of these historic events. It is being reported that Noah Green was a quote-unquote follower of the Nation of Islam. This young man, Noah Green, we believe, may have attended our Savior's Day convention in Detroit in February 2020. In March of 2020, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we closed our mosques and began conducting meetings and classes remotely. A search of our records indicates that Noah Green was not a registered member of the Nation of Islam. It appears that in late summer, August through September of 2020, he started the process to begin his study to become a member, but he did not complete the process. He did make a donation to the Savior's Day gift. Every year, the followers and supporters make a charitable donation to the Nation of Islam Savior's Day gift charity. Every donor who makes a donation of $1,000 or more is issued a certificate of completion. This certificate does not establish that the donor is a member in good standing in the Nation of Islam. But we respectfully say to the members of the media and the American people, Timothy McVeigh confessed that he was a Christian, but nobody blames the church for his misconduct. Give me a yes or no in the chat if everybody hears this. Are you following? Give me a yes. Make sure you can hear me, okay? Because I'm reading this up. Let me know. Give me a yes or no if you're hearing this, because this is very important for all of us as a community to know. And I really encourage you to share this video because we need our own media. Y'all know how these folks operate. These are supposedly your so-called liberal allies. They're the ones who are on the attack. It's the liberal allies who are on the attack. That's what you got to pay attention to. These are supposedly your friends that are attacking the people you love. If I'm gonna tell you, I told you guys I have four fathers in this world. I have my biological, well, actually make that five. I got my biological father who passed. I have my stepfather who raised me, who's my real dad. I have Dr. Claude Anderson, who I call on a regular basis because I love him that much. Dr. George C. Frazier is one of my fathers. Kenny Gamble out of Philadelphia is one of my fathers. And the other father I have is Minister Louis Farrakhan. And one of the things that I will tell you to this point, this is going to be true to the day I die. You cannot be my friend when you speak ill of my father. When you speak ill of somebody I love, that's like speaking ill of me. When you speak ill of my loved ones, then I hate your guts. I'm not your friend. And so at the end of the day, these are your so-called friends that are saying these things. These are not, and don't. I'm not saying you should go out and become a Republican. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not into that Democrat Republican nonsense. But it's not the Republicans that are on this attack. It's the liberals. It's the it's the Democrats on MSNBC. These bougie Negroes who, for some reason, want to throw Farrakhan under the bus so they can replace him with, I don't know who they want to place him with, Lil Nas X or what's that, Billy Porter. I think that's what they're trying to do, but this is ridiculous. So let me go ahead and read this. Hit the thumbs up button. Please do that. Please subscribe. We need you to subscribe because they're trying to kill black media because they want you listening to the knuckleheads on MSNBC. So we need you guys to support black media so that we can stay strong and keep the message out there. All right. So here's the rest of the statement. I'm going to read the rest of it to you. When thousands of American citizens, wait, hold on, here we go. They made a good point in this letter. This is a letter I'm reading from the Nation of Islam. It's a public statement about the recent Capitol attack that they're trying to blame on the nation. They're trying to blame this on Minister Farrakhan, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, who, by the way, I'm going to text Wesley, and I'm also going to text my brother Nuri Muhammad and ask them if they want to send a representative on the podcast to speak on behalf of the nation. I'm going to do that. So expect to hear from one of them soon. I'm hoping that they'll come and speak, and if they can't, I'll let you know that they can't speak. But I definitely want the world to hear their point of view. That to me is the opinion that matters right now. But we respectfully say to the members of the media and to the American people, Timothy McVeigh confessed that he was a Christian, but nobody blames the church for his misconduct. No one would blame Jesus or their pastor for unlawful and immoral behavior that is contrary to the teachings of Jesus. You have criminals, people that do horrific things, but we never know their religion. It's not important because religion does not teach criminal behavior. Criminal behavior is an aberration. Criminal behavior is a violation. Criminal behavior is an absolute rebellion toward what God teaches through the mouth of his prophets. Do you follow what they're saying here? They're basically saying that if you are part of a religion, allegedly, which apparently this brother was, and you do something that is in complete contradiction to the teachings of that religion, how in the hell do you want to go back and blame the pastor for what somebody did when they wasn't at church? Seriously, think about how many crazy, deranged, violent, booty shaking ridiculousness happens outside of church that's done by Christians. Did you ever see anybody say, well, we heard that this criminal once went to a couple sermons by T.D. Jakes, so T.D. Jakes must be preaching violence in the church? Would they do that to T.D. Jakes? Give me a yes or no. Would they say, well, he went to Joel Osteen's church before he murdered his wife, so that means Joel Osteen is pretty much the guy who killed this man's wife? Would they say that about Joel Osteen? Would they ever do that? No, they wouldn't do that. So why are you trying to do this with Louis Farrakhan for any reason other than the fact that you don't want black people to have authentic leadership and people that love them? If you want to know, see, here's the thing. These bougie Negroes on MSNBC, they think that people like us love Farrakhan because we stupid. They think, oh, well, they're misled and they're being misguided and everything else. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: I'm not stupid. I have more education by the age of 23 than most of them Negroes gonna have their whole entire life. I'm not pretending. That's really true. I love Farrakhan because I know that he loves me. I know that the Nation of Islam is that group of individuals who represent the future for the black community. The Nation of Islam is a pocket of blackness where they still know how to have solid families. The Nation of Islam is a pocket of blackness where they celebrate education over ignorance. The Nation of Islam is a pocket of the black community where they've been knowing the importance of doing for self. Y'all, some of y'all Negroes still trying to get off the white man's nipple, still trying to quit working for them. And the Nation of Islam has been building on their own. They represent everything that black people need to do when it comes to loving each other, building family, protecting black women, building strong men. The Nation of Islam, do you understand that the Nation of Islam will go into neighborhoods in Chicago and get respect in places where the police can't even go? The police are scared to go to some of those neighborhoods, and Farrakhan and his crew were walking through those neighborhoods by themselves. So what I'm saying to you is that this is important for you to understand. Now, I think I'm preaching to the choir, honestly. I don't think I have to convince you of any of this. I'm reminding you of what you already know. I'm just reminding you of what many of you know. I just want to make sure you carry that flag because right now they need our support. They need our support. They're being misrepresented. And any person, I'm going to just lay down the gauntlet right now. Any Negro you see on TV who is repeating these ridiculous racist talking points about the nation, about Louis Farrakhan, whoever they are, those are not your friends and you need to call them out. I'm not saying we got to go attack nobody or bully nobody or beat nobody up, but you need to identify the individuals who are serving as traitors to the community. Because here's the deal. Look, if you ain't down with a nation, if you don't get it, if you're not a Farrakhan person, nobody's going to get mad at you for not being a Farrakhan guy or not being a Nation of Islam support. Nobody's going to get mad at you for that. The Nation of Islam, the people I know, every single friend I have in the nation, I have many of them, they are some of the kindest, most respectful, decent human beings I've ever met in my life. And they will never beat you up because you're not giving them money, even though y'all should have been giving them millions. They're not gonna get mad at you because you didn't support Savior's Day or because you're just not down with what the nation is doing. That's okay. I've been to Minister Farrakhan's house many times. Never once was I pressured into becoming a member. None of that. They are good people. So what I'm saying to you is, look, it's okay if you have whatever opinion you have. I'm not telling you to have the opinion that I have. But what I am saying is that you must be very suspicious of any so-called ally, any black or white or Asian, any so-called ally that goes on TV and repeats the talking points of the white supremacists who are feeding this racist lie that somehow who you studied under in a religion affects the fact that you chose to go out and commit a violent crime that your pastor never told you to do. Farrakhan, show me the quote where Farrakhan ever said, get up and go hurt some cops in D.C. Ain't nobody trying to do all of that. I want to make that clear. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Let me keep reading this. I got to go pick my baby up at work, but I had to stop and read this because it's very, very important. I need the public to hear what the Nation of Islam has to say. Y'all been hearing from the people on TV. I need y'all to hear from the real people that really care about your community. This is the real media. This is the real mainstream media right here. It is not whatever nonsense they're trying to feed you on TV. That's called propaganda, people. That's propaganda. So let me read more of this to you. It says, when thousands of American citizens engaged in an attempted insurrection attacking the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, resulting in the deaths of 5 persons and injuring many, the news media did not question what their religion was. Nowhere in the teachings of Islam, nowhere in the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad could we countenance any man taking the life of an innocent human being. For us, human life is sacred, and the violation of human life is a violation of God himself, because he's the giver of life and he's the ultimate cause of death. But he doesn't give us the right to kill innocent people. That is against our law. We are taught to never be the aggressor in word or in deed, for Allah hates aggression and is not with the aggressor. This is our teaching. In fact, all of us who are members of the Nation of Islam have been instructed not to carry any weapons, not so much as a penknife, not on our person and not in our homes. We do not rely on weapons of war to defend us. We rely on our belief and our faith in Allah, God. We condemn the wicked mischaracterization of some media reports trying to trying to tie this tragic incident to the teachings of the Nation of Islam and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And all people of goodwill should do the same as well.
So most of us, like you, are questioning why this young man allegedly would do such an act. If he did, what happened to him? What caused this? The family released a statement published in the Washington Post saying of Noah Green, he quote unquote was not a terrorist by any means. He had been studying for his master's degree in business administration, but had also suffered from quote unquote depression and potential mental illness. It has also been reported in an article from CNN that he shared on social media. Quote, I have suffered multiple home break-ins, food poisoning, assault, unauthorized operations in the hospital, and mind control. This young man has struggled in his early life, but overcame much as a student to graduate with a degree in finance. He had a wonderful, noble idea to help the Black and brown people through his knowledge of finance. I am sure, Minister Farrakhan states, quote, that he had been blessed to come through the crisis that he was going through. He would have been a star in the mission of the resurrection of our people. We need to know what happened to our brother, and I want to know too. So our research is continuing into what happened to this young man, and we cannot rest until we find out what caused him to take a turn like this. We are saddened by the loss of this brother with such great potential. With heavy hearts, we offer sympathy and condolences to his mother, father, family, and friends. So that's the official statement from the Nation of Islam in response to the Capitol attack that they're trying to link back to the Nation of Islam. I think that those statements about the mind control, don't think that's out of the question. Don't think that's out of the question. I'm not saying that's what's going on, but don't think that's out of the question. You're dealing with a government that has documented poisoning of large groups of people. The genocide is documented. It is documented how they systematically drop those drugs in the Black communities to throw Black people off. That's mind control. When you dropping crack and making mothers abandon their children, that's mind control. It is documented that Joe Biden and his buddies wrote a 1994 crime bill that led to the incarceration of over 100,000 Black men and the breakup of Black families. That is documented. So don't put it past them. I'm going to tell you like this. The woman I'm about to go pick up from work, and that's why I got to go. She is a therapist, a licensed therapist, and a full professor of social work and an expert on the subconscious mind. She and I have had this discussion many times about mind control. So one very blatant form of mind control that is used on a regular basis. And you're smart people, you're intelligent Black people, so you probably know this, but I'm just here to remind you of the obvious. Mainstream media is the greatest form of mind control that there is. What they're spitting out to you in terms of propaganda, the lies that they tell, the biased information they consistently produce, the way they put Black faces behind all these lies in order to get you to consume this is no different from the fact that the way they trick you into taking or taking bad medication, eating poisonous food, sucking down Popeye's chicken until you croak, and all these other things, sucking down miseducation in the public schools. This mind control thing is very big. It's documented. Go read Dr. Anderson's book. Dr. Claude Anderson wrote a book called Black Labor, White Wealth, and he gives you receipts. They up here debating on Capitol Hill. Well, we need to go study whether or not reparations are deserved. The study has already been done. The study has been done. And in that study, Dr. Anderson reports numerous examples of mind control techniques used against Black people. So I don't know what happened in this particular brother's situation. I'm not here to speak on that because I didn't know the brother. I'm sure he probably followed this platform. But I've never met him. But I will say this: the mind control is real. I mean, if you don't think that there's any mind control in the way they've been preparing you for slavery since you were a child, then that means you are probably a victim of the mind control right now. The fact that you believe there's no mind control means the mind control was successful. The best way for the devil to infiltrate your brain is to convince you that he doesn't exist and that all your thoughts are your own, and that's just not true. So pay attention, Black people. This is real. This is real. I gotta go. I gotta go pick up Alicia. She's gonna be mad at me. I'm 7 minutes late, but I had to stop and read the statement because when Wesley Muhammad speaks, I listen. He put this statement on his page. Go to Instagram, follow Dr. Wesley Muhammad, find his page, read the statement, make a comment, show your support. It's time for us to be vocal. We cannot be silent because I believe that the people that are there for us, we need to be there for them. Got it? Give me a yes in the chat if you agree with what I'm saying, if you're hearing what I'm saying. I got to go.
I love you guys. If you want to support this platform, we have a Patreon. You can go to intelligentblackpeople.com. Feel free to sign up and support. And also this weekend, don't forget, we're doing the Black Love Weekend. It's totally free. You can go to theblackloveweekend.com. We got relationship experts that will teach you how to manage relationships with other people so that Black people can build around love and unity and not always have all this fighting and divisiveness and toxicity and negativity everywhere. We want to be able to love each other. So that's what the Black Love Weekend's all about. Love in economics, love in health, love in family, love in everything. So join us. We have real experts that are going to be there that will give you direct, practical tools on how to do that. And in fact, that's what I love about the Nation of Islam is that they teach practical tools on how to get along with each other. And that's something that was refreshing to me because I'm tired of Black people fighting. I'm tired of fighting other Black people. I just don't want to do it. So anyway, there's the Black Love Weekend. That's the URL. It's totally free. Feel free to join us. I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Peace.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.